Hello my loves, welcome to the last installment of my inventory, going through all of my products, maybe decluttering stuff, probably not in this drawer. It's eyeshadow palettes, as you can tell. I'm doing a series where I work on testing out all of my eyeshadow palettes and decluttering them that way, so I don't expect to get rid of anything here unless I really am not feeling it at all. So we're going to go through these. I actually have more palettes here which I can't fit in the drawer that I just finished testing out. Also, I can't even close this drawer properly because a palette has slipped out and fallen behind the drawer. This is the best storage for palettes. Let's just start. Natasha Denona bronze palette, beautiful, love her. This is probably, is it my newest palette? No, it's not. This is, but this is one of the few palettes came into my life this year. It's Natasha Denona I Need a Nude. Madeline gave me this as a gift for my birthday and it is a wonderful palette. What's Up Beauty? This is the Dragon Eye palette. This is also freaking gorgeous. I got this sent in PR and I adore it. I have two Yabby palettes here. One I had, well, that one is not emptied out, but this one I did empty out, but I haven't cleaned it, unfortunately. I'm going to use them in the future to press some loose pigments into. So I might actually take them out and put them elsewhere so that it's in my face and I know to do that. Also, there is eyeshadow. There's eyeshadow everywhere and it's not good. By Terry, this is a custom jewel pan that I made at Meccaland. I have the Regal Wardrobe from Bare Minerals. This has been tested out along with the By Terry, and this one, I will link my eyeshadow palette testing videos below if you want to watch them. This is the Bare Minerals Aurora Lights palette. I feel like I've got one of these unopened. Did I get rid of it? I'm not sure. We'll see. We might find it. Before palettes start piling up next to me, these are some of the ColourPop palettes that I chose to keep from my testing series. I've got Sorbet and Cream Soda there. I've got Baby Got Peach, Orange You Glad, and Main Squeeze. I kept the Whatever palette, and I also kept the Stone Cold Fox palette. Pat McGrath. Okay, I've certainly gotten rid of a lot of these over the years. This is the Mothership Sublime Bronze Temptation palette. Have I got rid of... Oh no, I've still got one there. There might be more over there. I don't know. That's her. She's pretty. Nice palette. NARS. This is the Saint Germain des Prés palette from the Claudette collection. This, I think Madeline gave me this. It's nice. It's got those like reddy browns that I really enjoy and shimmery shades. A few Nabla palettes. I've got Dreamy 2 here. And I have the Side by Side Nude palette, which has taken a beating, not surprising. Natasha Denona Mini Love palette. There's that. And I have the Glam Face palette from Natasha Denona. Also, absolutely love that. Okay, more Pat McGrath. This is the Sublime 2 palette. Let's open it up and have a look. See, it's the one with the red in it. Are we surprised? Not when you're watching one of my palette videos, you're not. Here I've got the Lorac Luxe Diamond palette. I really like this because the pans are small and the colors, like, except Caviar, they're all colors I would wear. Maybe Exclusive. Exclusive might be a bit dark for me, but I'm keen to dig into that. I've got my individual eyeshadow palettes. So I spent last year going through all of these individual eyeshadows and deciding what to keep and what to get rid of. I got rid of a lot and I feel like I also kept a lot. Like, that's still a lot. Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 2 palette. Yep, I like it. What can I say? This is a color story that I really enjoy. Sunset eyeshadow colors. Wonder if I can reach the palette back here. Oh, I can. Yep. What is it? Who's the culprit? Oh, it's Suva Beauty Saffron palette. There it is. Red, purple, golds. Let me make sure that's the only one. Yes. Okay, we're back in business. I was a bit worried I'd have to actually take the drawer out to get it, but I don't, which is fantastic. I have Visart. I've got a few Visart. This one is the, what's it called? Soleil Mini Petite Pro. Then I have the Spritz Edit. Very cute. I have the Paris Edit. Love that. And I have the La Marais palette, which I thought was going to be this size, and I was really excited, but it's not, and I prefer mini eyeshadow pans, but it is what it is. Still a nice palette. MAC Patrick Star. This is Heat Stroke. I also have the Overpacked. I feel like I have another one of these, or I might have decluttered them. Yeah, maybe. So Overpacked, absolutely gorgeous. Heat Stroke. Is it Heat Stroke? Yeah. Also, absolutely gorgeous. I've got a couple of Mecca Max. Were these 6 pans? Yeah. So I haven't used these yet. That one is Sunset Squad. Yep, I agree. And then I have After Party, which is a beautiful like reddy nude with a purpley shade. That's just very me color stories. I look forward to trying them out. I do have 2 of these Nabla glitter palettes. I've got Miami Lights and Ruby Lights. I like these. If you don't like glitter eyeshadows, then you obviously wouldn't like them. From Huda Beauty, I have the Nude, Light, Medium, and Rich palettes. I quite like these. I haven't used them in a really, really long time, but I look forward to testing them out in my eyeshadow palette series. I do have more Huda Beauty, but I think they're under here, so wait until we get to them. I did have a bunch of these. These were the Cutie palettes from Nabla. I have just kept the platinum one because this shade here is exceptional. It is just like, it's liquid silver. Not really, it's powdered silver. Beautiful. Tarte. This is a Tarte's Pro To Go palette. Great little palette. Very, very usable. Lethal Cosmetics. This is the... Ooh. Maybe these were individuals that they sent. Possibly. Anyway, they are beautiful multi-chrome shades, as you might be able to see. I really like them. I need to use them more often. Sigma. This is the Warm Neutrals Volume 2 eyeshadow palette. Do I have another Sigma palette? I do. I have this one, which I love so much. It's the Rendezvous palette. That stays. I'm going to hold on to this because I want to try this out further. I want to use more of Sigma's formula. And I remember absolutely being smitten with this. So may as well hold on to it. Give it a go. Nabla. I've got the Dreamy eyeshadow palette. That's really beautiful, but I don't think I've used it. Huda Beauty. So I have the Desert Dusk palette, which is there, and I have the New Nudes palette. Desert Dusk was an absolute like banger, my favorite. Look at these beautiful shades. Oh, I can't wait to get into H with testing out my eyeshadow palettes. This is a Lolita palette, or KVD Beauty. Back when it was Kat Von D Beauty. It's a Lolita Porvita palette. I haven't used it. I know. It was gifted to me for my birthday, and I love the color story. I don't know why I never used it. Probably because I have too many eyeshadows. That would, you know, that would be a really friggin' good guess. Okay, let's get into these guys over here. Lethal Cosmetics. This is the Night Flower Pressed Eyeshadow Palette. There it is. Stunning. Gonna hold on to that one. I've got the Escape Pod from Kaleidos. That is such a funky, bright palette. It's not going to stay open. And I have the Angelica Nyqvist Club Nebula palette. I would say, in terms of color, this is probably like they're like, oh, I mean, this one's a bit neon-ish, but this is so bright and so intense, and this is a bit more like moody and darker. I quite like them. They're cool. I'm gonna hold on to them. All right, Bed of Roses from Wet n Wild. I have the Victoria Beckham Tweed Smoky Eye Brick. This is beautiful. I love this. And this is the Amina Pop Rouge Pressed Eyeshadow Palette. I'm not sure if it has... Oh, it's in the Color Story Brick. I actually bought this in Bali and I freaking love it. It's a great little trio. All of my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes that I kept, I've got Carly Bible. I have Jackie Aina. This one here is Sultry. I have Norvina. And I have Soft Glam. All gorgeous palettes. From Hindash, I have the Monochromance palette, which is the colorful one. And then I have the Beautopsy, which is the more... I mean, you can't really say it's neutral when you've got a red in there, but you know, whatever. Okay, from Zoeva, I have Caramel Melange. God, that was an old classic palette. Love that. And I have the Queen's Guard palette, which I'll keep forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. I love it. And I love the Queen. Suva, the Rose Period palette. Love that. Absolutely beautiful. I also have Too Faced. I've got the Natural Nudes palette. And I have the Sunset Stripped palette. Which was the one I liked and which was the one I didn't like? I think Natural Nudes was the one that came out first. And I like this one. And Sunset Stripped, the formula was just different. Which doesn't surprise me. Because who needs consistency? Am I right? More Kaleidos. I have Luna Lavender here. I love these little palettes. These are so nice. So I've got Luna Lavender, which is that one there. And I have Sashimi City. Let me pop this out. Have a look-see. There we go. Gorgeous. I'm definitely keeping them because I really, really enjoy them. And I kind of want to use them right now. Put them on my face. I do have this one, the Flower Punk palette. This is one that I wouldn't usually hold on to, but because Kaleidos still send me PR, I am going to keep it. I know that they are releasing, like they've been releasing quad eyeshadow palettes, but, and I mean, you know, they're in a certain type of era at the moment, and that's fine. But I do like to hold on to palettes, like lip palettes and lip palettes, oh my god, lip products and eyeshadow palettes from brands that still send me PR. I like to hold on to them for comparison should that need ever arise. And then I have this one from Violet Voss. It's the Oh Snap Fun Size palette, which is gorgeous. Very cute. The only shade I wouldn't use in there is the black, but that's okay. And then I have NARS palettes. This one is the Man Ray palette. I also have the Bijou palette. This was a favorite. Love that. This one is the Provocateur palette, which shocked and surprised me. Like the color story looks a bit out there, but my god, it was a good palette. And then I have Afterglow, which is also a beautiful palette. It is time to organize these eyeshadow palettes. I'm not overly happy with it, but it will do for now. And it should shrink throughout the year as well. I do have Coloured Rain palettes, as I mentioned earlier, that aren't in this drawer. And I have some Charlotte Tilbury as well. Charlotte Tilbury I'm not too worried about because they're small, but the Coloured Rain, like, there's really not anywhere for them to go in this drawer. The thing that annoys me is probably like these sort of bigger palettes that have to be stacked. I really like it when I can just see them like this. And I think that might play a part in what I decide to keep and declutter throughout 2024. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. If you guys have any thoughts that you want to share, feel free to let me know in the comments section. I want to say a massive thank you to all of my channel members. I really appreciate you guys so much, and I will be back tomorrow with my actual inventory breakdown where I talk about my numbers, how much stuff I decluttered, what I finished, all that jazz. I will see you guys then. Bye.
Okay.